I'm pretty sure I pulled a glute muscle a little bit. So today I focused on 3 techniques. The sliding to one foot, the ow, which is the cartwheel, and the mukaka, which is like the backflip off of one hand where you drop into a squat and then jump into a half backflip. Still really can't do any of them effectively. So there's a lot of working on one to the next. Like I just try to flow from one attempt to the next rather than focusing on perfection in any one technique. If you like watching these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. When you don't have an instructor and you're trying to learn a new skill, you may want to focus on what the instructor might say. Now, it helps to have an athletic background to make sense of that, but what the instructor might say, given looking at your own techniques, rather than thinking that something is good enough or bad enough, like judging the quality, think of what an instructor would say. Here, I need to make my body more upright, like a straight line from your shoulders to your hips. I don't think it needs a detailed or experienced instructor to understand the basic mechanics of a handstand. I can see for myself what's missing. I also could tell that I'm missing a lot of thoracic extension. I have what's called Scheuermann's kyphosis, which makes it difficult to bend over backwards. So it's very difficult for me to hit those backwards angles. I started experimenting with something here, throwing the kicks that I'm used to see if I can carry the momentum more easily. Throwing wheel kicks or kicks that are thrown in Muay Thai kind of comes second nature to me. So I started playing with throwing a round kick or a kick to the leg, and then following it with different kinds of cartwheels. The owl comes in many forms, and though I don't know all the words yet, I understand some of the principles of exchanging the aw. Some aw are used to escape position, some are used to throw kicks. You'll see me trying to cover different distances and land in different places with each cartwheel. This is because I'm trying to explore what exactly is missing whenever I'm attempting the movement. Here I start to attempt some aerials, basically dipping the head and doing a cartwheel with no hands. Now, while I'm not getting much air, you can see that even in my best attempt, my feet are only reaching about belly button height. The beginnings of that movement are being set in place. I'm learning the motor patterns that will eventually evolve into an aerial. Even though I'm nowhere near doing it on my own yet, I can start to build on an understanding of what that feels like to try something. Towards the end, I started to feel completely exhausted. My back and shoulders were pretty tight. I had put in about 60 minutes of cartwheels and backflip attempts. I talked to a friend of mine who is a strength coach and physical therapist, and he had me go through some basic exercises for moving my spine around and getting better spinal extension. Now, I've done most of these before with physical therapists and doctors because of my Scheuermann's kyphosis, but it was good to go back over them and take a deeper look at why I'm unable to bend over backwards as far as I'd like to. I found these exercises to knock the breath out of me. It's usually pretty difficult for me to expand my rib cage whenever I'm in extended positions. One thing for getting to that full extension position is propping your feet up. So you can see here how stiff my upper back is. It's really difficult for me to get any kind of bending and extension.
I think for the rest of the day, I'm going to spend a lot of time just kind of practicing what I call greasing the groove. I got that term from Pavel Tsatsouline. It means like working out throughout the day. So I might just kind of bust out some cartwheels or attempt to drop down into that deep squat position and do my cacao intermittently without necessarily thinking of like a dedicated exercise time. I put in about 45 minutes of training so far today, and I hope to get another 50, 60 reps for tomorrow. See you guys on day 3.